Hello, and welcome to the Jekyllhydeclub.
Today we are showing our top 10 toys for Halloween. And what we mean by toys for Halloween is if you're in the mood to play with toys and you want to be in a Halloween spirit, these are some good toys for you. We're putting in a few obvious choices and several that you may or may not have or know about or think of. And the ones that we have reviews of, we will leave links to reviews below. So these aren't going to be toy reviews, but if you would like the toy and you're interested and you want to know more, then check the reviews that we will leave in the links. We are Morticia Gomez, and this is our roommate Slappy. And if you are new, do subscribe and check out our spooky playlists. The first toy is more obvious. It's Jack Skellington as the Pumpkin King. You see a lot of Jack Skellingtons out right now, but not a lot of Pumpkin Kings. I'm not a huge Funko Pop fan, but this one was done very well. And next we have my very first boyfriend ever, my darling, the Crypt Keeper. This is by Ace Toys, the 12-inch talking Crypt Keeper from the early 90s. And he talks, we have reviewed him before, so if you want to check out his review, do that. But we'll let him at least say one phrase, and then you can check out his others later. Can't have Halloween without the Crypt Keeper.
Hello, boils and ghouls.
You see, he's feeling friendly. And moving on to... Now, we're not doing these toys in any particular order. These are just, number one is obviously in an order, but these are just all around good toys for Halloween. So, the next is Frank, of course. Frankenstein is always popular. This is from Mad Monster Party. So the point of this is for Mad Monster Party and the Mad Monster Party movie and all the Mad Monster Party Halloween toys, which we have actually reviewed. So if you're interested in the Mad Monster Party toys, we will leave a link below for all the ones we have that we have reviewed. They're just great for Halloween. It's an old Halloween classic. It's fun for all ages, and a lot of people don't mention it when they're talking about Halloween movies. And I like this version of Frank from Mad Monster Party. He's just charmingly done. So do you have any comments on him, Gomez?
He is delightful.
He is. Spooky and kooky even, just like us. These don't pose. These are just vinyl, 7-inch. Fantastic plastic by Funko. So they're very sturdy and they're nice. And I like the whole set and the packaging. And again, if you're interested, check our review. Now, some of these are specifically Halloween, like Mad Monster Party and Jack. And some of them are just spooky, scary horror, because that's also a part of Halloween. So another figure that we reviewed, one of my personal favorites, being a fan of history as I am, and as Gomez is Jack the Ripper. My favorite serial killer, I say, with sentimentality in my heart. And he comes with a bag and all kinds of fun knives and body parts, well, organs. But that's also shown in his full review, so we just wanted to show him. He's by Mezco. And all these are available online, and they're easy to find if you just want to add them to your Halloween collection. Now, this guy is, you know, one of our channel namesakes. He's a dear friend from Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. He is Mr. Hyde. This is from the Silent Screamers version, so if he doesn't look familiar, he's from the old silent film, but I think he's the best version. He's all witchy, which makes him even more appropriate for Halloween, and scary, and Victorian, so he's got all his good stuff going on, don't you think, Gomez?
Yes.
Such beautiful claws, ready to rend and tear, in true Halloween spirit. Now, none of these are in a particular order, if I didn't say earlier, except number one. They're just all good, and we couldn't really choose. Now, not specifically horror, but Halloween is also just spooky. And here's our dear Edgar Allan Poe that comes from the Poe Museum that you can order online. And he has the raven on his shoulder that I was having to put on earlier when it came off, when I put him on the bag. It just pops on and off. So he's got his raven on his shoulder, which makes him perfect for Halloween because the raven is like a big popular thing. And he's a 6-inch posable action figure. And then we have this coffin from Dollar Tree. And I decided to use him for a storage for a particularly special action figure. Pop. And this is Dracula from Castlevania. And the reason that I like this version is because he looks scary. And I think he matches similarly, you know, as similar as I've seen in action figure, the true Vlad the Impaler look. Again, you know, as much as an action figure is going to, but Vlad the Impaler, who is Dracula, did not look like Bela Lugosi. I'm sorry, he didn't. Ask Granfield, he knows. He was there. He's a friend of ours, too. So I like to keep him in here when he's not out hanging out with Mina or whatever. So he's just my favorite version of Dracula. I think he's great for Halloween because he looks scary. And the Castlevania figures are older, but they're still available online. And then next up, we have for number 7, I think. No, 8. Yeah, 8. Keep track with myself. The werewolf that I got Gomez from, I think it's Papo.
Yes, so charming.
And werewolves are a big part of Halloween, and this werewolf looks really good. Like, he's just done well. Let's say realistic. Are werewolves real?
They're
Good question.
natural.
Natural, yes. And he looks natural. Yeah, like he's in the forest and he just turned or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
he's all natural. And this Castlevania, you know, not Castlevania, I'm sorry, Hotel Transylvania has a werewolf, and some others, you know, there were obvious ones that we left out, and it's not because we didn't think of them. It's just that we're trying to do a little bit of different that you might not have thought of, and it's the point to have you go, oh yeah, that would be good. And there's a few that, of course, you probably already did think of, but we just had to include, like the action figure that was done of me, of course. This is the Morticia Addams Family action figure from the cartoon in the early 90s, and that is still available on eBay and other places. I actually got this at a flea market, swap meet, whatever you call it, wherever you live, on Halloween one year, and it was very cool. It was just like I was looking for her, and it was just a great kind of trick-or-treat for myself, and it was very nice. So that we have to show. Now we have the whole collection of those figures too, but I'm just trying to pick one and then go check out the rest. They're awesome. Any of those will be great for Halloween. Now before we talk about our number one choice, we have 2 honorable mentions. The first, again, is more of a horror classic that you would think of, but we had to throw a few in there and not neglect them. This is the lovely, the beautiful Pumpkinhead. Check him out in all his cool demonic glory. He just looks like a cool demon to me. He doesn't really seem like a Pumpkinhead, but that's just me. But he's beautiful, isn't he?
Yes.
Check out that tail.
Yes.
And because you think about ghouls, ghosts, and goblins on Halloween, but I've been complaining, if you've been on our channel for any amount of time, and if you're not, you're going to hear it now, I've been complaining that goblins are very underrated for Halloween. So, we have one of the adorably cute Spiderwick Chronicle goblins. And Spiderwick isn't specifically a scary movie, but it has lots of fun creatures, and it has goblins, and I love anything with goblins in it. So those are fun for Halloween. Just, if you know, you just take those out and... Actually, that specific one came from McDonald's in the kids' meal, and they're very inexpensive on eBay. And these were big figures for being sold in McDonald's, and a lot of people have already reviewed these. But they're posable. They're like 5 inches, I think. And from McDonald's in a kids' meal, it's just amazing. It was like $1 or whatever, so that's awesome. And they're still all over eBay. So he is very charming. And we actually have already reviewed some other toys that are the family tradition toys, like Skeleton in the Closet and the Sugar Goblin and Ghoul on a Stool. So do check that playlist, and we'll link it below for the newer, like, other Halloween toys that are out. And we recently, yesterday, did the 4 Living Dead dolls that are best for Halloween. And if you're not into dolls, even if you're a little boy or, you know, a grown-up little boy, these don't have hair or anything. They're special Living Dead dolls. That's why they're the best for Halloween. They're super cool. And finally, our number one pick for the best Halloween toy. Again, everything else did not really have a specific order because they're all so good. We really couldn't decide, okay, this one's better. But number one is the best because it's number one, yes?
Yes.
The number one Halloween toy that you should have for Halloween is, and you had this thing, we had this issue, this debate. Can you call your roommate a number one toy? We thought about it. And we decided yes. So the number one toy is Slappy. Yay! You won! So he's gone to film class today. He had a good day, and now he just gets number one. A Halloween, you know, individual to have if you don't want to be called a toy. So Slappy of Goosebumps, and now he's in his Halloween costume. He's not in his regular costume. And if you get yourself a Slappy, he will not come in this costume, but he will still be awesome.
Will be worth it.
We did his review from Throw Things, which was the lowest price. So it's the best price if you're looking for a Slappy that you will find. So do check that out too. We will list all those below. And we hope you enjoyed this top 10 toys to have for Halloween. And until next time,
Slappy says goodbye.